Okay. Oil pressure is looking good. The green. Oil temp's not even, but it's gonna rise.
Yeah, it'll warm up.
Radios are on. Flaps are up. We gotta get the weather.
So here's what you do.
Okay.
If it's in auto,
Okay.
all right, you never want to make it go auto and then into the radio. That actually over voltages it, okay? So if it's in auto, all you need to do is turn the key, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and turn your key.
Buddy 10.
There you go.
Cloud 6,500, 20,000 scattered, temperature 19er, dew point 17, altimeter 29908. Visual approach, runway 27 left and east, lane depart runway 27 left, runway 27 right. All IFR departures, contact ground control 121.9 for clearance. Advisors contact, you have Sierra.
Okay, so go ahead and turn it back to COM 1.
So we have Sierra.
All right, so here's what we got to do. Our altimeter was 29.98. So twist it to that right there. That is 29.98. And you see how those lines, those small lines, are in increments of 2.
Oh,
so
they are?
it goes 8, 6, 4, and it's on 8 right now.
Okay.
8, 6, 4, 2.
All right.
So if you have an odd number, you put it in between the two hash marks. All right, press enter. Press enter again.
Oh, this is the 430.
Yep.
Okay, now.
And there's the, you're on ground.
All right. So I
The
gotta hold.
highlighted one, like all Garmin products, is kind of back-asswards because it has the highlighted one in standby.
Yeah, so that's like tower.
That is tower.
All right, so I need to call ground.
Yep, so you'll say Pontiac ground,
Cessna.
73455.
Yep.
At Waterford,
At
ready
Waterford.
to taxi.
Ready to taxi to the act with Sierra.
That is correct.
Pontiac ground, Cessna 73455 at Waterford. Request taxi to the active with Sierra.
Cessna 73455, Pontiac ground, runway 27 right, taxi via Delta, cross runway 18.
27 right via Delta, crossing runway 18, 73455. Now, when he reads you something, what you always want to do is you don't care about understanding it right away because we're always on tape every time we talk to him. We're being recorded.
Okay.
So all we got to do is just read it back exactly as given. Okay? Have you taxied an airplane yet?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do, is we're going to get moving first, so keep your hand on the power. All right? And you don't need to hold on to the yoke. And then give it some left rudder. There you go.
Left rudder.
Now, when you want to slow down, you pull the power out first, okay?
And brakes, right?
Yep, so I'm going to loosen that up for you. There you go. Now what we got to do is pull the power out, all the way out. Now we're going to test the brakes. We're going to go testing right brake good. Testing left brake good. Testing both brakes are good. Now you can follow the line,
This is
okay?
November Archer 1663
So let's give it
Hotel.
some
We
right
got
rudder.
Sierra. We're over by DTC. We're ready to taxi.
I think that's as far as that seat goes forward, so.
Yeah, no big deal.
Air 1663, rotate Pontiac
I
ground,
can help
runway
you
27
taxi a
right,
little bit.
taxi via
Alright.
Delta, you'll be following a Cessna coming out of Waterford.
Delta 27 right for 63 Hotel.
All right, so when we get to 1836, okay, this is another runway. We always slow down and we go clear to the right, clear to the left, cleared to cross 1836.
Cross 18.
That just keeps us safe because these controllers are all generally good people. They just make a bunch of mistakes sometimes. And they're training too, so.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, they're training too. The people you hear on the radios are the trainees. The supervisors are there behind them, correcting them. But they got a lot of people.
When I went last time, somebody said something immediately after, said something completely different. So I think it must have been like a trainee.
Yep.
To screw up.
Believe me, they screw up enough that, we just got to watch and make sure that their mistakes aren't going to hurt us.
I guess so.
It's not like they're bad people or anything. They're decent people. It's just, they're rookies, so they're going to make mistakes. Just like you and I make mistakes when we're training.
Guess so.
Okay, you see that machine right there?
Yes.
That's a weather machine. That's the AWOS machine.
AWOS machine.
That's what they read the report from that to make the ATIS. That's what you pick up.
Oh, I see.
All right, so we're pointing into the wind. And now we're going to keep our rudders neutralized so that the nose wheel is not pointing in a direction. I'll hold the brakes, so go ahead and do your before takeoff checklist.
Okay. Doors and windows closed and locked. Flight controls Incorrect. Down, up, down. That one goes up. That one goes down. That one goes up. That one goes down.
All right, let me show you a trick. When you do that, oh, well, hold up. When you do that, you see the trim wheel, right? Now that step's not for a while, but you see where the white dot is? That would normally denote set for takeoff. It's a very common small airplane problem, not just ours, that's out of rig, okay? So that's not going to match up. So what we do is we pull all the way back and we look back at that trim tab, okay?
And it's flat.
And see if it's flat, so we need a little bit right there and a little bit more. There you go. Now it's perfectly level. Now that's set for takeoff, okay? You see how far away that is?
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's just, it can be in rig in the morning and out of rig by the afternoon.
That's so weird.
It is weird. So now you can go ahead and release it. But when you do your flight control free and correct, it's a good time to check that.
Okay. Okay, flight instruments check and set. Good, 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 good. RPM.
Is this one set?
No, compass needs to be.
So we're pointing at 275. That's 270, so 275 is right here. See that?
Yeah.
You see how the compass is right there on 275?
Yes.
That's what you set it to.
Okay. Fuel quantity, full on left and right. That confirms what I saw in pre-flight. Fuel selector is on both. Mixture is full rich. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Throttle at 1700 per minute.
So don't twist it, just push it in. It's actually a cable, so you want to avoid twisting it.
That is 1700 RPM. And left mag, 150 RPM drop. Back to both. Up to 1700. Right mag, 150 RPM drop. Back to both. And suction gauge is right here. 4.5 psi. Oil pressure is looking good. Oil temperature is looking good. Ammeter.
It's over there.
Over there.
There you go.
Ammeter is good. Carburetor heat on. Leave out.
Good drop.
I felt a good drop. Throttle to idle. Carb heat off. Fade. Throttle to 1000. Throttle friction lock. That's good for me. Radios and avionics are
ground, tower, and ATIS. That's what you're looking for. All right.
Okay. Ground tower ATIS.
Ground taxi via left turn.
Radios transponder to out.
Well, this, you know what that stands for? Altitude.
Altitude.
Actually, a Mode C transponder, like this one, is what's called an altitude encoding transponder, meaning it broadcasts your altitude. It's like a beacon. Where it know where you are. So you want to look to say it says altitude.
Altitude.
It's flashing, and it reads 1200. Okay?
Okay, lights, strobe nav landing. We're looking good there. Flaps, we don't need flaps.
So we always say verified up.
Flaps up.
And we visually check that. So the flaps are up.
They are up.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and put your checklist over there then?
Pontiac ground, Skylane 7328 November at Oscar Row with Sierra. Request.
Okay, so I'll hold on to the power for a second, just so I can get us lined up. You'll do the takeoff, okay? So remember, when we're taxiing, we don't have our hands on that.
Don't touch the yoke. Right.
Because even if we could dip the wings, we wouldn't want to do that because we, you know, when we turn, those wings dip far and they could hit the ground, you know?
That would be bad.
It would be bad.
Overhaul.
So whenever we're on the ground, we always want to make sure this is pretty much level.
Level.
Or that we're inputting a correct crosswind correction.
Crosswind correction.
Okay, go ahead and switch it to tower.
There you go.
So, Pontiac, so I say Pontiac Tower, Cessna 73455, ready at runway 27 right, departure to the north.
Yes, but wait for him to get going.
All right.
And what we'll do is we'll say Pontiac Tower 73455, holding short, and it's very important you say that phrase, holding short of 27 right at hotel, that's the H.
Okay.
ready for departure.
To the north.
Northeast bound.
Okay.
All right, so just go ahead and read that right off.
Archer 27 right.
You stepped on him. You always got to wait for him to not be talking. Okay, now go.
Pontiac Tower, Cessna 73455, holding short, runway 27 right on hotel. Request departure to the northeast.
I think we might have stepped on
Helicopter
him.
in Hotel Alpha stepped on. Did you want to do a touch and go?
All right, I'll call him. Don't worry. This guy doesn't let people talk very often, so I'll call him.
Touch and go. We'll hit the.
He's always like jabbering. He never lets the radio be quiet.
Depart to the east.
So that's not your fault.
Niner Hotel Alpha.
Helicopter Niner Hotel Alpha, runway 27 left, clear for the option.
Niner Hotel Alpha, clear for the option. Helicopter, Niner Hotel Alpha.
Cessna 27 right, I got your northeast bound, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff, say the call sign.
73455, 27 right, clear for takeoff, northeast bound, approved.
455, thank you. Archer on departure is also northeast bound. Archer 375.
Okay, hand on the power.
I believe I did. But if
And
I
hold on to the yoke.
27 right, you're clear to land.
You are bleeding.
You did.
Are you okay? You are bleeding.
No, I know.
Thank you. Wind.
You sure?
280
Yeah.
at
All right.
Let's go.
Go ahead and add full power. Now hold your hand right on it. I know it's an uncomfortable seating position, but that guarantees that power won't move back at you. So look at your airspeed. That's alive.
And 55.
So here comes 60, so pull up.
Rotate.
There you go. Now level off. Don't keep pulling up. All you want to do is get the airplane off the ground. You don't keep pulling back, okay?
For helicopter,
Okay.
Niner Hotel Alpha.
Good. Now we want to pitch forward for 75, okay?
75.
Circle that
Okay.
one.
Yep.
And then head
So now what we're going to do is we're going to add some nose down trim, okay?
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do to make this easier. We're going to put this down here, that way you don't accidentally touch it, okay?
Alright.
Helicopter Niner Hotel Alpha, proceed.
So remember, always with one hand. Your other hand's on the power.
Compass rose.
I know that's highly uncomfortable, but that's the way we got to fly.
27 left.
So we always fly straight out to 1500,
1500.
and don't chase those small oscillations that you're feeling, okay? The
Alright.
airplane's better at that than me and you are, okay?
Okay.
Good takeoff.
Alright.
And what we're going to do is we're going to go and turn here to the right here in a few minutes.
Once we hit 1500.
Yep. So we go clear to the right,
To the right.
turning right, okay? Now keep your hand on that power. You can never take your hand off of it, all right?
Alright.
Lane traffic.
So what we'll do is we'll lock that down a little bit, but you got to keep your hand always on the power, all right? Because that is a flight control. And on your test, if you take your hand off of it, the examiner's going to say, oh, he's relinquishing control of the airplane, you know? So then they're going to yell at you for it. And we don't want you to get yelled at.
Oh, that would be bad.
And helicopter, Niner Hotel Alpha, I'm going to shoot over to that compass rose.
Helicopter Niner Hotel Alpha, proceed as requested.
Okay, right here, we're going to roll out. There you go.
And that'd be a
Now
left
keep your hand on the
turn
power.
around
There's no
hotel
scenario where that
and
hand comes
Bravo
off the
for
power, all
compass
right?
rose for Helicopter Niner Hotel Alpha.
Good, now just hold it steady.
Hotel.
It's going to move around on you, all right? You need to let it move around on you, okay? That's why we're being light on the controls comes in. Doing good. You see how the airplane goes right back to where you put it, all by itself? It's a very stable airplane, all right? It's extremely safe to fly. But if you hold it there and you chase those small oscillations, you're forcing it to stay in a place where it's a bit, you know, away from where it wants to go. So you need to let the airplane talk to you, all right?
Safe position.
Okay.
Yeah, Roger. We're Pinna Star. I'd like to go over to Charlie Taxiway with a east.
Got lots of dehedral and stuff.
Well, it's just very well built.
Yeah, that's true.
Alpha, taxiway Charlie, clear for takeoff, on course approved to the east.
We'll go up to 3,000 feet, all right?
Alright.
2 Sierra Alpha, Roger.
Archer 37 Foxtrot, turn right, contact ground point 9 or Cessna 28 November, right turn on course approved, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, you can tell this guy just never shuts up on the
I
radio.
know.
So that was him, more or less.
Oh,
That
my
wasn't
goodness.
anything that you did. He just, you know, he's one of those rookies that's, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, you know? So, you know, I appreciate his enthusiasm, but, geez, you know?
No.
You all right back there?
Doing great.
Good.
And the ride.
Okay, so here we're going to go 50 feet before. Here's how we level off. We push forward slowly, and we look at that horizon outside, right? And we have to hold it forward, and now we want to wait till the airplane speeds up before we take the power out, okay? Now it's sped up, okay? You see that on our airspeed? So go ahead and take the power away to 2300.
Center, Alpha Bravo.
There you go, right there. Now here's what you do. You take your hand and hold it like this, okay? So hold it like that. You don't ever let your fingers drop because you'll unconsciously pull the power out. So just hold your hand right there and let it rest on it. That's fine. But you don't want to let it move, okay? So keep your fingers perfectly level. Keep those fingers up. Don't let those fingers drop, okay? You're doing just fine, all right? We'll fly out a little bit, and then we'll do a few maneuvers, okay?
Okay.
You want to be light in the controls, so 2 fingers and your thumb on the controls, okay?
Alright.
So you see how my hand is? Do that with your hand. Everybody, including me when I first started, wants to grip the flight control. You don't need to. I can make this airplane do anything that I want with just 2 fingers and my thumb. And we'll fly about, a couple miles out or so. We want to get away from the busy airport. We'll do a few clearing turns, and then we'll practice some maneuvers, okay?
Okay.
Do some coordination exercises, okay?
Oh, so like turns around and pointed.
No, nothing like that. We've already done that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll do a few other coordination exercises, okay?
Alright.
And those will just be a warm-up for the stuff that we're going to do, which is slow flight.
Slow flight.
And maybe a few stalls if you do good, okay?
Alright.
So don't focus inside, focus outside. Use the curve in the glass to help you see the horizon, okay? You see how you can see out the side of this window too? So if you can't see right up ahead of you, you can always see around you. So your eyes are constantly moving, okay? You're constantly going back and forth to make, nice and slow to make sure where you are. Okay, so we don't hit the one cloud in the sky. We're going to turn a little bit, okay? You want to be a little bit lighter on the flight control, okay? You don't have to hold it that much. You just go ahead and let go, see what happens. Airplane stays there. See how it doesn't move? It just stays right where you are. Now you notice how I'm at a medium, shallow turn?
Yeah.
The airplane, you'll notice it wants to roll out of that shallow turn all by itself, okay? If I do a medium bank turn, which would be a 30-degree turn,
30 degrees,
which would be like this. Now let go, watch this. It'll stay there all day. And see, look at that. It stays there all by itself.
Wow.
And if you do a steep turn, watch it. It'll go over. See, look at that. Now let go. See, it wants to go over all the way by itself. So you don't have to really do too much to this airplane. So we're going to go back on course, all right? So always look outside, okay? That way you don't get any upset stomach, okay?
Okay.
Because if you look inside, you're going to get an upset stomach. And, to correct you of doing that, we'll have to tape that with like a Domino's advertisement or something so you can't see it, You think we're kidding? We have done that to people.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We'll tape off all these instruments so that you can't see them because you don't need any of them to fly. You need that horizon.
Yeah.
These instruments are designed for one purpose, so that you can fly through the clouds. You see how you're pulling back slightly?
Yeah.
All we got to do is add just a touch of nose down trim, and then we're there, okay? And you see how you don't have to really hold on to the yoke anymore. All you got to do is this 2-finger and your thumb thing, so go ahead and do that. Good. You see it's just the tips of my fingers like that?
Pawning Tower, good morning, 916.
Good, we'll just keep flying out this way for a few miles, okay?
Okay.
We're going to get away from all the busy stuff, and then we'll go practice, all right?
Tower, left turn approved, runway 27 left, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff 27 left turn approved, 916 Pepper Tango, thank you.
You're doing just fine, all right?
Okay.
Now be aware that when it gets a little warmer out, this airplane will ride the updrafts just as well as it rides the downdrafts. So if you get caught in one, you're going to lose or gain altitude just as equally well in either direction.
Okay.
All right? The reason for that is you remember your 4 forces that affect an airplane in flight?
Yes.